The Baltimore Ravens season win total is just 6 wins in 2008. Do you play over or under 6 wins? Find out next. From our Rockstar studio, Tony Heap here from Gambler's Television, covering the NFL Vegas style all season long. 2007 was a turbulent season for the Baltimore Ravens. A 5-11 season forced the firing of their Super Bowl winning coach, Brian Billick. Now, enter former Philadelphia assistant John Harbaugh into the head coaching position in 2008. The team lacked discipline, and the new head coach must implement it with 19 starters back from last season's 5-11 club still around. Now, odds makers have set Baltimore's season win total at 6. Now, when you handicap season win totals, you must look at the schedule. So let's take a look at the schedule from the Ravens. The Ravens play the NFC East this season. Now, the good news is they host the 2 weaker teams from the division in Washington and Philadelphia, making it easier to pull out a 2-2 record against the toughest division in football. The Ravens were swept by both Cincinnati and Cleveland and split with the Steelers. Now, with better health, the Ravens will be very competitive against their divisional foes in 2008. Now, they play 3 last-place teams from the AFC from 2007. They host Oakland, and they travel to Miami and Houston. Now, let's take a look at their offense. Boller is listed on the Ravens depth chart as the #1 quarterback, but that's subject to change during the preseason. The job is up for grabs. Boller will be battling with second-year quarterback Troy Smith and rookie Joe Flacco to keep his starting role. Now, Flacco has a strong arm, but he missed the team's OTAs because he elected to finish college, which by rule prevented him from attending the Ravens' optional training activities. Flacco is the quarterback of the future, but he went to Delaware that plays small-time college football. The opposing defenses are smaller and slower, and the playbook is very basic. Can Flacco pick up an NFL playbook in 3 months? How will Flacco compete, making a huge jump from small-time college football to the highest level on planet Earth? Now, it took Tony Romo 4 seasons to make the transition from small-time college football to an NFL starter, so no need to rush Flacco as a #1. Now, Bollar is 18-21 as a starting quarterback, but doesn't give his team much confidence. That's what 45 career TDs and 44 career interceptions will do for team morale. Now, last season was his worst as a Raven, as Bollar hit on only 51.8% of his passes, a career low. Making matters worse for the offense is the Ravens really don't have strong playmaking receiving core. They are all the possession type, and they're not the type that will give you big yardage after the catch. Todd Heap is their weapon as a pass-catching tight end, but he missed 10 games in 2007, and he missed 10 in 2004 to injury. Left tackle and future Hall of Fame left tackle Jonathan Odgen announced his retirement, and the Ravens will replace him with Jared Gaither, a second-year pro. Now, here are the good news. Willis McGahee was injury-free in 2007, and Ray Rice comes in from the draft from Rutgers. Now, McGahee is a slasher, and Rice is more of a north and south runner, giving the Ravens 2 quality backs. Rice will be good for the Ravens as he averaged 151 yards on the ground against top 10 teams in college in 2007. Now, their running game will open up the passing game for the Ravens to improve on last season's offensive stats. Look for the Ravens to use a ball control offense. Now, you will not get many big plays from the Ravens, but they do have the ability to work clock and move the chains and keep possession of the football. Let's take a look at their defense. 13-year veteran and team leader Ray Lewis enters the 2008 season possibly as his last with the Ravens. Lewis did not receive a contract extension from the Ravens and could be auditioning for the Patriots, Colts, or any other Super Bowl contender in the 2009 season. Lewis and his defensive teammates gave great years to the organization, and they deserve better from their inept offense over the years. Lewis will be asked over and over and over again about his lack of a contract, and no doubt it will be a distraction to Lewis and his unit. Now, couple that with a coaching change, and Lewis really has no loyalty left with the organization. Now, if the Ravens are injury-free in 2008, their defense will be good enough to keep them in most games. Trevor Price, Haloti Ngata, and nose tackle Kelly Gregg lead one of the best defensive lines in the AFC. Now, the secondary returns Chris McAllister and Samari Rolle from injury, and they team with outstanding safety Ed Reed and hard-hitting Dewan Landry. Their defense is still solid, but their leader's future is in doubt with the organization. And now to my selection. Baltimore's defense will be asked to carry this Ravens team once again upon its shoulder. Despite all the injuries on the Ravens last season, they still managed to squeeze out 5 wins. The team fields most of the same players from their 2006 division championship. Coach John Harbaugh is surrounded by a really quality staff of assistants. Former San Diego Charger offensive coordinator Cam Cameron runs the offense, and defensive coordinator Rex Ryan returns. The Ravens could reach the top 5 ranking in NFL defenses in 2008 with a healthy year. Now, we just need 7 wins to cash with the over with the Ravens. The team will be better in 2008 with Bollar than trying to break in Joe Flacco. I know Baltimore fans don't want to hear this, but believe me, Flacco needs time in the organization. Flacco is the future, but the Ravens, they won't rush him. Despite their offensive holes, they still have the talent to improve off last season. Their run game will be much improved in 2008, which will open up things for Bollar. The AFC schedule is favorable, with 3 last-place teams from the AFC on the Ravens slate. Look, we don't need Baltimore to make the playoffs or go 500. A 7-9 record gets us the cash, and 6-10 gets us a push. Play Baltimore over 6 wins. Gamblers Television is brought to you by Rockstar Energy Drink. Party like a rock star. Now, be sure to visit and bookmark my television show page at www.gamblerstelevision.com for continuous point-per-coverage from the NFL. Gamblers Television. Get addicted.